Hello Paulinians, it's me again, Ma'am MJ. We're going to tackle about graphing a function. Let's identify first the parts of a graph. We have here figure 1.1, graph of f of x is equal to x squared. So we have here axis of symmetry, which is x is equal to 0, and vertex of 0 and 0. Now, the U-shaped figure graph of a quadratic function, which is called parabola. And the vertex is the highest and lowest point in the graph of a quadratic function. We call this function f of x is equal to x squared as a parent quadratic function. So now graph each function and compare the graph with graph of f of x is equal to x squared. So we have here f of x is equal to negative x squared. First, make a table of values. So for the value of x, we have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and positive 4. To get the value of f of x, all we need to do is to substitute the given value of x to our function. So for the first, we have f of x is equal to negative times negative 4 squared, or we can rewrite it as negative times negative 4 times negative 4. So our f of x is equal to negative 16 for our first value. Next, we have here f of x is equal to, or f of negative 3 is equal to negative times negative 3 squared, or we can also write it as negative times negative 3 times negative 3. So our answer is negative 9. Next, f of x is equal to negative times negative 2 squared, or we can also write it as negative times negative 2 times negative 2. So our answer for f of x is negative 4. For our fourth value, let's substitute negative 1. So f of negative 1 is equal to negative times negative 1 squared, or we can also write it as negative times negative 1 times negative 1. So our f of x is equal to negative 1. So next, f of 0 is equal to negative times 0 squared, or negative 0 times 0. So our value for this f of x is automatically 0. Next, f of 1 is equal to negative times 1 squared. So we can also write it as negative times 1 times 1. So our answer will be negative 1. For our seventh value, f of 2 is equal to negative times 2 times 2 squared, or we can write it as negative times 2 times 2. So our answer will become negative 4. So next, f of x, or f of 3 is equal to negative times 3 squared. So we can rewrite it as negative times 3 times 3. So our answer will become negative 9. And for the last value of f of x, we have f of x, or f of 4 is equal to negative times 4 squared, or we can rewrite it as negative times 4 times 4. Our answer will become negative 16. Now, for the next step, plot the points on the Cartesian coordinate system and draw a smooth curve through the points. So we have here, let's start with 0, negative 1, 1, positive 1 and negative 1, negative 2 and negative 4, positive 2 and negative 4, negative 3 and negative 9, we have positive 3 and negative 9, negative 4 and negative 16, and positive 4 and negative 16. So The graph f of x is equal to negative x squared opens downward and is a reflection of the graph f of x is equal to x squared, or the parent quadratic function. So that if a is greater than 0, it will open upward, which is the graph of f of x is equal to x squared. And if a is less than 0, it will open downward, which is the graph f of x is equal to negative x squared. So for another example, g of x is equal to 2x squared. Of course, we need to make a table of values. So we have the values for x. We have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and positive 4. Now to get the value of f of x, all we need to do is to substitute the given value of x to our function. So first, g of x, or g of negative 4 is equal to 2 times negative 4 squared, or we can rewrite it as 2 times the quantity of negative 4 times negative 4. So our answer will become positive 32. Next, g of x, or g of negative 3 is equal to 2 times negative 3 squared, or we can also write it as 2 times negative 3 times negative 3. And our answer will become positive 18. Next one, g of x is equal to 2, or g of negative 2 is equal to 2 times negative 2 squared, or we can also write it as 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Our answer will become positive 8. For another value, g of x, or g of negative 1 is equal to 2 times the quantity times negative 1 squared, or we can also write it as 2 times negative 1 times negative 1. So we have positive 2. Next, g of 0 is equal to 2 times 0 squared, or 2 times 0 times 0, we have 0. So next, g of 1 is equal to 2 times 1 squared, or 2 times 1 times 1, we have positive 2. Next, g of 2 is equal to 2 times 2 squared, or 2 times 2 times 2, so our answer will become positive 8. Next, g of 3 is equal to 2 times 3 squared, or 2 times 3 times 3. So our answer will become positive 18. So for the last value, we have g of 4 times 2 is equal to 2 times 4 squared, or 2 times 4 times 4, we have positive 32. Now, the next step will be graph. So plot the points on the Cartesian coordinate system and draw the smooth curve through the points. So we have 0 and 0, which is the vertex. We have negative 1 and positive 2, positive 1 and 2, and positive 2, negative 2 and positive 8, we have positive 2 and positive 8, we have negative 3 and positive 18, we have positive 3 and positive 18, we have negative 4 and positive 32, and we have positive 4 and positive 32. The graph g of x equals 2x squared is vertically stretched by a factor of 2 and narrower compared to the graph f of x is equal to x squared. In general, f of x is equal to 2x squared is vertically stretched and narrower than the graph of f of x is equal to negative x squared if a is greater than 1. So that's our topic for today. I hope you learned something from it. See you next video. Thanks for watching.